It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
Let's begin now.
All right, let's get after it as we approach a nice long weekend. What's good? I'm JJ. Kat's here as well. Good morning. How we feeling?
Great. How are you today?
Good. Looking forward to a little time off. And a finally Friday show on a Thursday always feels good. Johnny D's going to be here, mixing it up at 7 and at 8 o'clock today. And if you're hungry for some money, $5,000 coming your way in about 35 minutes. So hang tight for that. How was your Wednesday?
Wednesday was pretty normal. And Derek likes to bring a dish like for fantasy football. He and Liam had father-son fantasy football last night.
Oh, they have their draft?
Yeah. And he likes to bring this buffalo chicken dip.
Nice.
Yeah, it would be.
What happened?
It would be nice. It's just always like a soup, like a watery soup. I'd love to be there, like a fly on the wall to see what he puts in there. I feel like it's a very easy dish. And then I'm the one that has to triage. So I'm loading it up with like sharp cheddar cheese.
Can't you just throw some flour in there and thicken it up?
It's not a roux. Would that even taste good? I don't even know if that would taste good.
You wouldn't even notice it.
So they were gone. Last night, Liam had hardcore football. It's like all about conditioning this week and next week, and they are just dying. These kids that like gamed all summer, and then they're just like army crawling off the field, but it's good for them. And that's about it. I was kind of tired yesterday, not gonna lie. So I took a nap.
Seasonal depression?
No, my period. So.
Well, am I glad I asked about that. I think it's time to move on quickly.
Sure.
Thank you for that. So we usually don't ask a whole lot of personal questions on our show, but do you think Kat will ever get out of this emotional funk she's in right now, or is this going to wear off in 4 days?
I literally don't even know what he's talking about.
She admitted this morning.
Go
ahead, Kim.
Right? You're provoking it.
Thank you.
Hardly. She admitted this morning that she's got lady things going on, and it's just been an absolute circus in here.
I literally have not pointed it out but once.
You only need to point it out once.
And that's when he asked, were you so tired yesterday? And I told him. And that was it.
You said it this morning, too.
This is
like one of the first things you said this morning. We
not
opened up
an
the
ideal
show.
working
She's
condition.
like, hey, everybody, I'm on my period. And I'm like, God, why do we have to talk about it? I can pull the audio up. I mean, we have grizzly bears at the back door.
You are literally wasting time.
All right, so let's get to your readings. Rachel is first through this morning. Hi, Rachel. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Rachel, are you sure you want somebody? Are you sure you want a man around you?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like my standards are too high, but
nonsense.
Yeah, I was in a relationship for like 5 years. We thought we were going to get married, like the whole thing, and we ended that a few years ago. And I've dated around, but I just like learned that I like my own time better than spending it with other people.
Yeah,
but,
gives me anxiety.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, well, am I ever going to find anyone who, like, I match with? So,
Kim, what are you seeing for Rachel here?
You will find somebody that you match with, and you do not have high standards. You have normal standards. Okay, so I'm just going to point that out. So your standards are not high. You just learn to love and honor and respect yourself. So good job. But no, you will find somebody. I do feel it's a little ways out, though. When I say little ways out, it's like years, like at least 3 years. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So you have some time yet to like be with yourself, be happy with yourself, comfortable with yourself, all the fun things that you get to actually be right now instead of being somebody else. So, and I keep seeing like a house on like a cabin lake house. There's something to do with that. Wow, with a person. And then I do see somebody going down on their knee. When I get that image, I know that there is marriage in the future, but just not like soon.
Wow, a house on water. Sounds like when it happens, it's going to be the whole shebang, girl. Good for you.
No, Rachel, I don't want to talk you into anything here, but, you know, since you've been kind of struggling to find Mr. Right, have you ever thought about girls?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, like, I have had feelings for women, so it's not exactly a thing of gender. It's whoever I kind of, vibe with.
That's even worse.
No, it
That you
opens
can't find somebody now that you're open to everyone. That's like now it was just guys, and now it's like you have everyone to choose from. But I get it. You want to wait for the one. Why mess around? There's so many people that just like mess around and waste their life.
Yeah, no, exactly.
All right, so it's on the horizon. It just isn't tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Rachel, go get it. Have a great morning. I appreciate it. I'm not ever anyone to give relationship advice because, I just am not. But
If people could have seen your eyebrows right there when there was even a hint of lesbianism, you're like,
I could feel it.
so
I
excited.
could feel it. Listen, I've got a lesbian radar. All right, Sam is first up. Hi, Sam. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Now, when I took your call earlier, you had said kind of struggling with your kid's dad. So do you want to go into that a little bit more, or do you just want to ask him what you want to ask?
Sure. So he's been on a rough path the last, few years.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get a little bit of more space from him, but that seems to be impossible. I just want to know, like, where we'll be at the end of the year, kind of.
All right, Kim, what are you seeing here for
Right.
Sam? Bless you.
What I hear is there's actually some trust that still needs to be formed between you two. When I say trust, that doesn't mean you need to be physically together. This just means that you're still helping each other out on some deeper level, and the word trust keeps coming up. You both have some inner work to do. Wow, inner work that I'm seeing. He's just got some what I call shadow work. Sometimes when people are going into the dark night of the soul, some people call it that, shadow work, self-healing. He's just trying to find who he is and what his purpose in life is. And you're kind of on the same path, but a little bit further along. They said just help him find that. He's a good person. Is it where you two are the best match for each other? I hear no, but there's a reason why you two are still involved in helping each other out. Obviously, you have a child, but they're like, when it comes to a relationship, are you going to totally be fulfilled in what you view a relationship like, that communication, that love, all that? I hear your expectations are different than his, so that will be your choice.
Will that give you a little
wanna
clarity,
continue
Sam?
with it? Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
He's more interested in maintaining a romantic relationship, and I'm not. So, there's some trust things going on there. So,
All right, tread lightly, apparently. And thanks, Sam. We appreciate you being on the show. Have a great day today.
thank you. You too.
Take care. Kayla is with us this morning as well. Hi, Kayla. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So if I got this right, you're with someone right now, but you're kind of curious as to whether or not this is the end-all, be-all, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, Kim, what are you seeing for Kayla? The laugh is
My
never
one spirit guide.
it's
Yes.
never encouraging.
It is. My one spirit guide showing up, and he's doing his weird, fun dance moves that he does when there's funness to a relationship. Put it that way.
Funness.
Yes. Like, move forward, keep going. It's how do I describe the funness? He's a little. I'm on air, so I got to be careful on what I say here.
Is he goofy, Kayla?
Yeah. Well, like.
I wouldn't say goofy. He's just, we do have fun together, though. We laugh a lot.
Yeah. Yes. And then I hear, like, bow, chicka, wow, wow, like that type of stuff.
Oh, are
So
you guys
when
good? When the lights go down, are you guys good together?
Not recently, but I hope that eventually goes away.
Oh.
I mean, we did have a kid, so,
It works?
like the first year is hard on anybody, after having a child. So I wasn't sure if we're on the right path, if we're supposed to be together, or if,
Yeah. Just stick with it. I'm hearing laughter and joking around and that same song, and my spirit guide's going, He's like humping my car. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Hey.
So it's a good thing.
Jesus.
I've seen a movie that starts that way.
All right. So if you catch him doing that, maybe call back. Otherwise, sounds like you guys should be good together. All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, Kayla. Our
Your
psychic.
spirit guys are freaky deaky.
Our psychic just say humping a car.
Yeah.
All right. All right. With that said, Felicia, good luck. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. You need a little career advice from Psychic Kim. Give us some insight. What's going on?
Okay, so I work in an office that's primarily men, and there was some weird, like, sexual harassment stuff that went down, and it's all been resolved and everything, but now the vibe's been a little weird, and the office is acting a lot more weird than normal. So they're now letting me know that before, when stuff was taken care of, that maybe it's not anymore. So they're deciding whether or not I'm sticking around or not.
So basically, you're asking Kim, should I stay with this job or is it time to bounce?
Pretty much.
Kim?
There's no right or wrong answer on this one.
And that stinks that you're the one that has to think about that, are they making it awkward? So now you have to feel like you have to uproot your whole life and figure it out. That's wrong.
Well, it's not going to be a big deal for me either way.
Okay.
Okay. If it's not going to be a big deal, then I'd say just let it go. It's not going to change. The energy of that place is it's going to stay stuck, basically. It's going to be weird for quite a long time. You can stick that out and you'll be just fine. Or you can be like, okay, I don't want to stay here. I'm fine with that. And I'm going to leave and I'm going to go find something different. There's nothing that states you have to stay there. There's nothing that states that you have to leave, put it that way. So it's kind of like if you don't feel good when you're getting up in the morning or whenever you go to work, if you don't feel like you want to be there, then leave. That's totally fine. I hear, we are giving you permission to leave. That's from your spirit guides. So, your choice.
Cool.
You called, and now it's your choice. You knew. It's exactly where we're circled back around to. Felicia, if you're calling, though, you're probably already thinking about moving on, right?
Yeah, and I worked really hard, though, to be able to keep the job just because I have to come back every summer to do it.
Gotcha.
And not many places are going to let me leave during the winter and then come back and have the same job. So I was wondering if it was worth fighting for the stability of having the same job that I'm good at versus coming back and working at McDonald's, Taco Bell, or whoever else during the summers.
Yeah.
So I suppose pros and cons, and you just got to kind of figure it out. Because if she says it's kind of stuck in that funk, then you know at least what you're going back to.
The dating world is funky because everybody has their own idea of what they want. And I value people that know what they want because then they don't play around, So even though she sounds a bit silly in this video, this woman is outlining her requirements for dating her. No one's going to wonder.
First, you have to make at least like $45,000 a year because I like nice things and I like to go out to nice places. My favorite restaurant is the Cheesecake Factory, Chili's, or Taco Bell. And you must have a car, especially Toyota, Nissan, Honda. My favorite one is a Toyota Prius. If you think you qualify, yeah.
She say her thrill one is a Prius?
Yeah. Oh my God. All I hear are Prius jokes from the other guys. It's like
so dirty Mike and the boys.
Gross.
Soup kitchen.
I want to know, like, when it comes to requirements, if you had to be brutally honest and you entered the dating world, what are some requirements that people would have to bring forth for you to be interested?
Okay. This is pretty simple.
Okay.
C cups are bigger.
Okay. Shallow much?
No, that's what I prefer.
Okay.
And I would like you to have kids.
Okay.
If I had to date at my age, I would want you to have kids and if at least had some kind of a family life.
Most likely they will.
Likely.
Yeah.
And then also the work requirement. Like you have to have a full time, you have to have a career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's just a requirement for me because I really believe there is that work-life balance, right? I believe that you go to work, right? You make your money, and then there's something for you at home. And you look forward to coming home, whether that's to your loved ones or your dog or whatever like that. And I would hope that I'd be part of that equation. So C-cups, career, probably have kids because I'd want you to be a little weathered in life.
That's very mid-40s of an answer for you. I think that makes sense for where you're at in life.
How about you?
For me, I need to have great eye contact because I don't have great eye contact.
Okay.
And I've noticed that more about myself. I try to work on it. Like if someone's talking to me, I tend to look all over the place. I don't know why. The next one is, let me know what we're doing. I think this part of my life, I am too bossy. Like I have to just make the decisions and be telling people where we're going, what we're doing, why we're doing it. And I kind of want someone to boss me around a little bit.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm going to pick you up. We're going to dinner here. And that's it. No wondering about the evening. I'll know all the plans. I kind of think that's hot. Solid relationship with their family. I'm with you. Good relationship with mom, dad, brothers, sisters, even an ex. If they can be a good communicator with their ex and have a nice relationship, that shows maturity, and I can deal with that. And then if I had to get real shallow, I would say they have to have a slingshot. I want to ride around in one.
Shut up.
Yeah, I want you to pick me up in that. I'm not wearing a helmet, but I want you to pick me up in that and toot around town.
By the way, because of your choice of transportation, I did think of you yesterday. So usually when I leave work, I don't like to think about anybody at work.
Yeah.
And then I'm at the gym yesterday. I see 4 people I work with. I'm like, God bless America. And I go out of my way to be unapproachable at the gym.
Yeah.
I'm there for work. That's it. I'm plugged in. I don't really want to talk to anybody. All 4 people want to talk about something. I'm like, good God. All right. But I'm wrapping up my workout. I get on the treadmill. I'm doing a little cardio, and I'm looking out across the vast window. There's a street out there in the parking lot. And out of the left-hand corner of my eye, I immediately started thinking of Kat. Because
don't say you saw a recumbent bike.
No.
Oh.
This was next level-ish to a recumbent bike. This is a bike that rides like a recumbent bike, that is a 3-wheeler, but doesn't sit low. It sits up like an adult tricycle.
I'm listening.
And this guy had a basket on the front.
Nice.
He was at least 65 plus, had the white socks up to his knees, had the Velcro shoes, had the shirt tucked in, and he was loving life.
The fact that you're on the verge of laughter telling that story doesn't bother me because I have still rode my recumbent bike with no worries. I don't think about you. I don't think about criticism. I'm getting exercise in. You literally go miles you don't even know because you're so comfortable.
I keep rotten fruit in my vehicle so that if I see someone on a recumbent bike, I can start chucking right away.
You're rude.
And it's all baseball size stuff. I know my talents. It's all tomatoes, rotten apples that come off our trees. I just put them in a little basket. It sits in my passenger side.
A drive-by fruiting.
And I am willing to smoke you upside the head with a rotten apple if I see you on a recumbent bike or now an adult trike. It's gone too far. At first, you start seeing the motorcycles, and then I'm like, all right, you're kind of tippy. Maybe you got a bad hip. You can't keep it up at the stoplight. I got that. Then the recumbent bikes, which clearly my stance at. And now when I saw the adult trike, I was like, oh, my God, this is Kat in her 70s. She's going to be riding around on one of the... All that was missing...
we're going to talk about you in our meeting on Tuesday. I'm going to let them know that you have fruit. Watch out. And give them your license plate.
This is your recumbent bike group?
Yes. Yeah. We ride at noon.
Until noon 15, and then we're super tired.
Because we've gotten miles and we didn't even know it.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo.
Bingo what bingo?
Bingo! All right, let's get up on some listener bingo. This is your chance to get on the radio and tell your story, but only the first person that gets through will accomplish that feat and get the bingo. But what are we looking for this morning? It's simple enough. Kat is looking for anyone listening who
had really bad acne in school. It was just kind of a bummer. You only focused on that and it made you feel really bad. These beauty influencers are now rubbing garlic all over their faces to get rid of acne.
This is day 2. I just rubbed some so it's a bit flared up. This morning it wasn't as red, but the lumps are still there.
There's no way that could work, is it?
Experts are saying it does not. Not only does it not help with acne, but it could also cause irritation and chemical burns. But you will not get attacked by a vampire, and that I know for sure.
More mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So you're looking for anyone listening who kind of went through that rough patch with acne.
Yeah.
I'm looking for anyone listening who has married someone from abroad. a couple of our friends, Aaron and Christina, she is originally from Great Britain, but they met in either Singapore or Dubai.
Okay.
And it's weird, I think, to meet. You got how many 100 million people in the United States? Like 300 million people. Like, to not meet somebody from here that you end up with from here. But obviously, if somebody else has lived a very different life abroad, there's interesting things. There's always something interesting about them, whether it's the way they talk, their culture, whatever the deal is. So I'm looking for anyone listening who is currently in a relationship with somebody not from the United States. And Kat's looking for anyone listening who
had to deal with acne.
Maggie, which one do you fit this morning?
Cat.
All right, so you had to suffer with some terrible acne back in the day, huh?
Yeah, actually, I still kind of struggle with it.
So I had a friend that had it, and then she was put on this medicine, and it made her like really depressed. Was it? What was? I'm sure you've explored all of them, and they come with warnings.
Yeah, they said, well, they wanted me to get put on that medicine.
Yeah,
and it said, be like, you have to go in and get your kidneys checked every 3 months.
Yeah,
or whatever. And my family have really bad kidneys, so I'm like, I'm not even going to waste my kidneys on something that So I just had to live with it.
What is the name of it again? Does it start with an A? Accutone?
Yeah,
something like that. So my daughter Reagan went on it maybe her junior year of high school, and I think it took a little longer than she wanted, but it cleared it up fast. When it cleared it up, and then they got her off. There was a plan. Her dermatologist said the plan is we're going to hit you with this. We're going to keep checking we're going to keep doing the blood test, and then when we get you off it, we're gonna wean you off it, and then you're done. And she went in with realistic expectations, and it worked tremendously well for her. I mean, she's got flawless skin right now, but for a while she kind of struggled with it. But they did say, same thing with you, that there's a chance that this is going to kind of mess with your body for a little bit because it's a real chemical adjustment.
What's it like now that you're an adult? You have a little bit more confidence, or is it still something that's on your mind?
Well, it's on my mind, but I mean, I've just. If anybody asks me about it or anything, I explain it to them.
Who would ever have the cojones to walk up to you and say, tell me about your acne? I'd be like, what?
Well, I mean, some people in my family that, are, new or whatever, the girlfriends or whatever, they come over and they're like, what is going on? And I'm like, well, I have cystic acne, and the only thing they can do is put me on medicine, and I don't want to ruin something else in my body just because I don't like the look of my face all the time, Do
you get those jabronis that are like, well, don't you just wash your face a little bit more? Can't you try this kind of soap and stuff like that?
Yeah, good concept.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough guy.
Yep. And I've tried Proactive, I've tried all that stuff, and it just doesn't cut it.
Well, we think you look great.
Yeah, from here, you look amazing.
Thanks.
Give Sarah a call, Midwest Clinic of Dermatology. They deal with that stuff all the time, whether it's like acne scarring or she can, I don't know, maybe there's something that she knows that you haven't tried.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I could try that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt, right? You never know if life's going to get a little bit easier. Thanks for sharing with us, Maggie. Hope you have a great day today.
All right, thank you.